Welcome to The Art of Being Unstoppable, the podcast where we will go beyond the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. Be part of down-to-earth, no BS conversations where we will explore hot topics on love and money, relationships and business, beauty, and who we get to be with all that shit in between. With our insights and your actions, let's be unstoppable together. Let's go. Hey. Welcome back to another episode of The Art of Being Unstoppable. And today we're talking about what I like to say, compare and despair. You know, when you see those people online that have all of their shit together and you're wondering, what the hell is wrong with me? Why do they have it all together? And I don't. I saw a beautiful video yesterday, actually, which is weird. No coincidences. The woman said, look at this house. In this house, there was a bunch of windows. And in the window, there was, the new baby, the business, starting up a business, closing down a business, relationship happiness, relationship breakdown, like all these different phases of life. And she said, what we're doing is we're comparing ourselves to somebody's stage in their life right now. Social media only shows one stage of life, one thing, the happiness, look at me, I'm out with all of my friends and I have such a big social circle and look at how great we are. But nobody shows the other window of that person's life where they feel lonely at night because they have nobody and they're not in a relationship, or the business setback where they don't have money in their bank account, or whatever is going on. So here we are, we're spending a lot of time and energy comparing ourselves to something we know absolutely nothing about. We don't know that person's whole life, what they've been through, what they've experienced. We just see the one window. So I thought, it was such a beautiful analogy. And I don't know about you, Vicki, but I literally turn off social media sometimes because I find, and I don't know about you, and I don't know about the listeners right now, do you ever notice when you're in a funk, the first thing you do is you go on social media and you see how happy everybody is? And it makes you feel, oh my God,
Even worse about your situation. Oh yeah. Yep.
I'm such a loser. Look at these people. Look at this happy couple. I'm here with my cat on my lap. I have no life. But that's what we do, right?
We do. We do.
And I don't care. I'm calling shade on myself because I have done that before with my cat on my lap, seeing all these happy couples and thinking, and you hear people say all the time, you shouldn't feel jealous. You should be happy for people. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Sometimes you don't feel happy for yourself, and you're looking for evidence.
Yeah. And you know what? You're feeling the feels, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it's so true. We compare and despair. I say that to my girls, my family, like my kids. I tell them that all the time. And the kids, my grandkids, they do it too, and they're 7 years old. And they compare and despair. Well, look what that chap doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They compare and despair with each other. It bothers me. It bums me out. Bums me out so much. And it's, it wasn't back, and I can really say this, like when I was a kid, there was no social media. And I read this post today, and I don't normally comment, like I didn't know who the person was or anything. And it was all about back in the day, people are saying, how our grandparents could afford to buy a house and our kids can't afford to buy a house anymore. And we're comparing. But you got to think about it. When my grandparents bought a house, the house was what? 10 grand, I think, is what I remember my mom and dad's house being purchased for when my grandparents bought it originally. And they didn't go to Tim Hortons. They didn't go out for dinner. They didn't spend $12 on an ice cap. They didn't, right? They didn't, buy new clothes every week. They didn't do all of these things that people do now, right? Like their budget was, they paid their mortgage, they paid their taxes, their light, their heat, their groceries. That's what they made sure they
Yeah.
had. And anything extra then was an extra. We don't, our society isn't like that anymore. It isn't. It's all about,
Mm-mm.
look what I have, these influencers and these people and that's what this is all about now. So we're all overstimulated by all of this stuff all the time. And it's stuff, it's stuff, it's stuff. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing that I need. But if I see something, I'm like, oh, that's really, right? Like, oh, I could probably, why? Why? Tino say, where are you
I
putting it?
laugh at Vicki, you guys.
Where are you
Oh my
putting it?
gosh. So you guys, I gotta tell you. So we were
She's
at
gonna
a
tell one
Buck
on
and
me here.
Dough. If
I
you're
know it.
in if you're in like the US or Europe or something like that, I like to say it's kind of like a fundraiser for newlyweds or people getting married because Adrian called it my something else over in Europe, but it's basically a party for people that are getting married and there's draws and stuff like that. And they had all these
Prizes.
baskets where you can put like prizes where you can there's going to be a ticket at the end of the night, and Vicky put her tickets in this fall basket. Now, if you saw Vicky's house, okay, the stuff that she has, the decorations for fall, she has everything you can imagine. Probably an extra room full too that she's not using. She won this freaking basket. And I looked at her like, really? Because you need more fall things. You do. You need, what did you need? But this is the thing, right? We have uh, uh, you never know. You never
Yep.
know who might need
That's right.
it.
That's right. You
You know,
don't.
but I laugh because I'm such a minimalist. Like I'll go shopping with Vicky and she'll see something. I'm like, Vicky, where are you gonna put that? I don't know, but I like it. Where I'm like, do I need it? No, I don't need it.
I know. It is the truth, and I am really trying to rein myself in. I'm not gonna lie. I really am. But it is though, and mine isn't about, and we had a conversation about do you do it? Like, do I do this for me? Do I do it for the oh my god, look at your house? Do I do it for the somebody else, or do you do it, you know what I mean? Like, my things in my home, I do it for me. I do it in memory of my mom, like my decorations when it comes to different like fall, Christmas. My mom was a big decorator, and I kind of do that. I keep her alive with that. And but I don't ever, and I've never been, and I know that, and I can say I've never been, I love people in my home. I want people to
Mm,
come to my home and feel comfortable. I don't want people to
mhm,
come to my home and say, "Oh my God, this is beautiful," or that, "Oh my God, look." No, I want you to love being here because you want to be in my home and share
mhm,
a memory with me and create things with me. Right? So that is, I've never wanted to have the biggest, the best, the this, the that. And I mean, growing up, I really could have had whatever I wanted. I was an only child. My parents gave me pretty much anything I ever wanted, but I never wanted, right?
mhm,
Because it wasn't the time then. Now, everybody wants everything. And they want it now. They want everything now. And they want it to be, look at me, look what I have, look what I've done. And I get, you know, you've grown up, you've come from nothing and you've built something. I think that that's a beautiful thing. I do. I think you should be proud of what you have created, but I also think that we have to be honest. When you see that snapshot of that beautiful home, it doesn't always look like that.
mhm,
Do you know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Because right now, we have company. I've got stuff all over my counter. It isn't about that beautiful, way it would be if I was having company over and everything would be at its place, but it isn't, right? And that's what
mhm,
we're seeing. We're seeing that snapshot of the perfect for 5 seconds, but you don't know what's happening behind that camera or once that door is closed. And I think that that's where we go into this compare and despair. Like, we want, how do I say this? Like, I know what I want my life to be like, and if I'm not where I think I should be, then I'm feeling bad because that person is, rather than
Mm,
feeling happy, like you said. Aren't you just happy for that person? Well, yeah, I am, but why can't I have that? Or that's the
mhm.
feelings that we get. And, you know, it's not right or wrong. And it's not, I just think that there's so much more that we get to despair about, rather than who's got the bigger house or who's keeping up with the Joneses. To me, it's what's about inside and in your heart and in your circle. That's where I'm at. And I think it has a lot to do with where losing my parents, being in my later 50s, looking at things a little differently, and knowing that what you have is perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah. And I think you and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago, where I said I was, when my ex-husband and we had a custom built home and people would come in and they would say, "Oh my gosh, your house is so beautiful. Like, let me see, like, give me a tour,
Yeah,
give me a tour." And I remember feeling it's just a house. Like, did you come here to see my house or did you come here to be with me? I remember feeling so uncomfortable,
right.
thinking like, I could never understand that. I'm like, it's a house. Meanwhile, there was a lot of things that were going on behind closed doors where I wasn't happy in that house. I wasn't happy with what was going on. And there was a lot of things that, were so I remember vividly always feeling like this isn't me. My things are not me. And I always had this thing like, do you see me? Even when I was in the best shape of my life and people were like, "Oh, I wish I could look like you." I'm like, "You don't realize that when I went shopping, I would cry in the changing room thinking I looked like a sausage, even though I was literally a size 2, a size 0. I couldn't see
Yeah,
what other people could see, Nobody saw that. They're like, "Oh my god, you look so good." Nobody saw the brokenness. Nobody
yeah.
saw me crying. Nobody saw or heard the thoughts that I put in my head that made myself wrong all the time. So when you see somebody who looks so great, you don't know what's going on the inside, how they're actually feeling, or the
Mhm.
pressure they put on themselves to look a certain way because they're avoiding looking bad or so it's I guess the compare and despair is what's that saying? Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah,
And I think how to combat that is gratitude. And I remember, even just a couple weeks ago, we were invited to, Vicky's friend's house, and I mean, good God, beautiful home, beautiful artwork, and it was so easy to walk into this mansion, be like, "Oh my god, I live in a raised ranch," or, but when I got home, I thought, "I love my home. I love what I've built. I love that I had the courage to leave something that was, 'Oh, look at me,' to, 'This is me.'" This is a
yeah.
reflection of what I've created, um, and it's beautiful that people are proud of what they have, and I'm just saying that
Oh, no,
sometimes
absolutely. But it's proud of whatever it is that you have. There's
it's
no
being yeah.
comparison.
Exactly.
Isn't a comparison.
Having gratitude for
Yes.
where you are
Mhm,
is because then when you have gratitude for where you are, you can really appreciate where other people are too.
uh-huh,
Because where they are isn't a reflection of their stuff. And I
mm-mm,
saw this when I was dating somebody from the States like years ago. These people had these big houses and they had these cars and they had boats and they had sea-doos and they all of this stuff. And I'm like, "Wow, what kind of jobs do they have?" And he laughed. He's like, "No, this is all credit. Nobody owns anything. They just look like they own stuff, but they're in debt over their eyeballs." Da,
mhm.
da, 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 da. I'm like, and that was something that it was new to me. I'm like, "What?" Because that wasn't even part of my awareness. I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, he's like, "Oh, yeah, they're hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. They have all the things, but But I'm like, but how does that work? What do you mean? Like, it was a world that I did not like,
Yeah.
is this real? Does this really happen? Yeah. I'm like, just for yeah, because people like things and they don't care if they have credit
Nope.
and have to make minimum payments and pay it off for the rest of their lives. And like, wow.
Right.
Wow. I was not privy to that world.
Yeah.
I didn't know it existed, you know?
It is.
So
It's a
it's
different way
funny.
of living and a different way of seeing too. Like you saw it in a different light, right? And I think that people who have been able to open up and be able to see it, just see. And just see
Mhm.
who that person is behind all of this, all of that. Just know who the person is. And to me, the most authentic people are the people that doesn't matter. And I always say this too, you are the same with me as you are online, as you are with your kids, as you are with, doesn't matter, right? That is the authentic that I think we get to stand with and be proud of. So I'm not I've never been a compare and despair, I don't think, in that sense, like, of, "Oh, look what you have, what I have," and I've never, even though, I know that my parents were always very generous, but they did it out of love. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my
Mhm.
dad built what he built because he wanted to take care of his family. That's what his he was raised
Right.
to do,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and I think that
Yeah. And
those
I
that
mean,
can and will and do, that is, to
mhm.
me, I think that I would be more jealous of seeing, like, I know with my parents, I had my parents for so long, but that was family to me is more if you have that family around you and those people around you, that that makes me more happy than any
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
thing is to have my people around me and to be good.
Well, it goes back to values.
Yeah,
Really, what do we value? And what people value is important to them.
yeah,
And what we value is important to us, And then when we're looking through the windows of where people are at, and, it speaks a lot to what they value right now. And
mhm,
there's no right or wrong. It's perfect.
yeah.
I know that when people hear, like, I've spent thousands and thousands of I don't even want to like over 100,000 in personal development, they might be like, "What?" Like that they might look at me and be like, "Wow, you have it all together. You have this or you have that," or in that aspect. It's like you don't know, you don't see the background of the breakdowns. You don't see like what it took to get to that level of commitment to my own personal growth. You don't see the bank account. I remember years ago when I was on my own for the first time, a single mom, and I went to the bank machine and it beeped insufficient funds. I'm like, oh my God, I quit my job. I'm building a business. I have no money. What did I do? No, people see what I show you, and I don't talk about everything, but I'm gonna start talking more about the breakdowns because I want people to see that wherever you're at, I had good stages, I had low
Yeah.
stages, I had prosperous stages, I had scarcity stages, and everything in between, and so wherever
But I
you're
think
at
that
is
that's
normal.
life, and that's the difference
Right.
because of what we get to see, because people only show you what they want you to see online. They
Yeah.
don't want you to see the
Yeah.
breakdowns, they don't want you to see the struggles, they don't want any of that, I mean, aren't we all the same? We only want people to see the good, but when you're raw and you're real and you're open and you're honest, someone that is out there feeling alone will hear you. That's how I feel about what we do. I want to help those people that don't know where to turn because they feel stuck in a place. I want to be able to support them through that, knowing that we've all had those shitty times in our lives, but we got through the shitstorm and we're on the other side with the help and the support of those around us, those people that are genuine and real. That's how we get through it. That's how I've gotten through it. You know,
Mhm, mhm.
you've allowed me to have my breakdowns. As my friend and my coach in the beginning, I broke down almost every time we talked for the first 3 months. But you allowed me to have those, and that was what created me the space to allow myself to feel the feels and not feel judged or bad or wrong for them. That's what
Mhm,
people need to understand, that we all go through it, and we're here
mhm.
to walk you through it. You're not alone. And that's why we
Yeah.
started this podcast, The Art of Being Unstoppable, because it's not about, it's an art. It- and no one knows how to do it, but we can help you decipher through that shitstorm that you're going through, because we've been there, or we've
Mm,
helped someone else that's been there, or whatever it is. But we go through the ups and downs in the life of grief and everything else, and but being honest and showing your real version, like when that guy shared about you know buying the Gucci this and the that, and no, our grandparents didn't have those things. They just had what was important to them at that time.
mhm,
It was a
mhm,
simpler life. Yes, it was. But
mhm,
it isn't anymore. So it's what you choose to scroll, what you choose to see, and how you choose to relate to that as well.
mhm, mhm.
Right?
No, I think I'm gonna start, like, sending just to be real, moments, like, on Friday nights when I'm sitting with Midge, my little cat, on my lap instead of dating.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, just another Friday night."
Yeah.
So you guys, when you're feeling bad about yourself, you can see the picture of my cat and my real life of what goes on.
But it's okay, right? It makes you feel good. I mean, I know how hard it was to get you out of the house on Saturday to go to the Stag and Doe that we went to, and we had a great time. And it was for a great cause and for the love of family and friends. And that's the choices that we get to make. And yeah, we had some good laughs, some good times, but you didn't want to come because you like it when your nice warm house and you're, in your pajamas, and you can curl up with your cat. There's nothing wrong with that either. That's an
No.
exciting Friday night.
I was like, "Oh,
Remember.
Halloween costume. Oh, I don't drink. Oh, da, da, da. Socializing. I don't feel like peopling." I'm like, "Okay, is that true, or is that just me being a Debbie Downer?" I'm like,
Together.
"Okay, intention plus action equals results. Who am
Yeah.
I being? Am I being a Debbie Downer that I'll stay in my pajamas and I won't get out? Or, am I being fun?" And that's what I'm working on, being fun and not just fun with my cats. Oh god, I'm such a loser, you guys.
No, you're not. Oh,
Joking. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, man. So, anyways, remember the analogy, remember the story. What we're seeing is a little snapshot, and the only way, if you're feeling the feels and you're seeing somebody and you're in a spot in your life with your relationship or your health or your business, and you see somebody killing it when you're not in that area, trust those feelings that are coming up for you are meant to help you transform them. There's something that needs to be transformed. There's something that needs your attention. That's why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. And be willing to look within to ask yourself, what's missing? What do I perceive to be missing in that area? And what do I need to do to create it? Because when
yeah.
I see happy people and I'm like, oh man, must be so nice. And I go into the pity party, I ask myself the question, do you want this too? Great. Then what are you going to do about it? Let their love inspire you. Let their business inspire you. Let
Mhm.
their health inspire you to make those changes. And we said this the last episode, it's the action.
Yeah.
Are you willing to take the action to have everything that you want? Because it's available for them, it's available for you.
It's available for everyone.
And
That's right.
it's, but what are you willing to do to create it? And that
Mhm.
one thing that you see that keeps giving you those feelings and gets you triggered, that's the area that you get to go to work on. And that's a beautiful thing. So thank them, because everything's good. It's coming from the universe, God, source,
Yep.
creator, and it's here
Yep.
to teach you something, to shine a light on what you need to look within. And gratitude is the thing that, um when I'm feeling like I want to have a pity party and things aren't working, the first thing I do is I look at my beautiful daughters and I have so much gratitude. They are my anchor. I'm like, wow,
Yep.
you can take everything away. You can take my house, you can take my things, you can take my business. And if you just left me with those two humans, my life would be complete. I could live in a little cardboard box with them. you know, not that I would do
You need
that,
a
girls.
cat or two. I think you need a cat or two
Yeah,
as well.
with
Just
my
saying,
cats,
but I
my
know.
kids and my cat, and my
Right?
whole life is complete.
Kids and
It
my
just
cat.
brings me what brings me
Mhm.
so much joy. The rest is so irrelevant for me. I
It
don't
is.
care about the rest at all. But that is my legacy. Them being so amazing. So, um, and I know I was joking around about being a loser, and please do not reply in and say, you shouldn't talk about yourself that way. I know, people. I know.
She
Joking.
knows she's
Okay.
not a loser. She's not a
You don't know how
loser.
many times I'll they're like, not even to yourself, not even in a joking way should you send that out to the universe. Okay, what are we going to make that mean? I
Yeah.
don't really believe that.
No,
It's a
no. But,
no,
we
but
can joke around a little bit too. And you're not.
God,
So we're
lighten up,
good.
people.
Right?
Lighten
Yeah,
up. I gotta
exactly.
lighten up on myself. And yeah. So a loser to me is me on a Friday night sitting at home with my cats. It's not the truth. It's just what I said. So on that note,
Absolutely. On that note, thank you for listening. And don't forget to share this with your friends. We look forward to seeing you the next time. Thank you, everyone. Have a
I
beautiful day. Well, friends, that is the end of our episode today. If you love this episode, hit the subscribe button so you never miss another episode. And please share us with your friends and tag us on your socials at The Art of Being Unstoppable. So for today, have yourself a beautiful day and let's be unstoppable together. See you next time.